size it up just a little bit more?
You know, when you're an engineer, it's just you in the room. I guess what helps my creative process is just being present and kind of being up to their speed. My mom played a lot of gospel music, and then my dad, he played the piano, so I would just hear him like singing, and my dad was like, you need to know how to do everything. Like, he wanted me to play the piano, he wanted me to write my own songs, he wanted me to learn how to work Pro Tools. I just wasn't interested at the time, and then when it came time for me to go to college, I did know I wanted to do music, and they showed me a recording studio, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. Interning for 98.7 led me to engineering just by being around music and just kind of figuring out the different aspects of it, because things that I was taught there as far as like recording commercials or just how to keep the program running opened up like the whole technical side. So an engineer basically captures the vocals. We'll already have a beat that the producer gave us, and we'll just record their vocals with the beat using a DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. As we're recording, I'll try to clean up the sound and do edits, and you know, if it's a singer, we do like a lot of stacking, and just, you know, if they want any creative elements, try to add those as well while I'm recording. Working for Gucci to me was like boot camp because it was work nonstop. I came in not having much experience, but I feel like the amount of work that I did, it could, you know, be equivalent to working like a year when I was only working a couple months. I do remember the first time I met Uzi. A little backstory, I was in this room recording for a songwriter session, and Cannon came in and saw me working. But he sat down and talked to me and told me that he wanted to bring me in on the situation that he had with this artist, and so they booked me with a session with them, and the session went really well. I think what's dope about working with one person, you really get to learn their vocals. With Uzi, I get to not experiment too much, but get to, you know, get familiar with what sounds good with him, and you know, I've never had that, or like that time where I can just spin on a song, you know, even after we're done recording, I can go back in on something and add something in, or try different things and see if he likes it, or see if Cannon likes it. As an engineer, you can grow a little bit more because you have things that are constant, that don't really change, so you can add in different things. You know, when you work with one person, you can really just try different things and see what works.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Creating that in Boujee, honestly, I don't even remember recording the song. I mean, I remember working with Migos and they coming in to Uzi's session and recorded a bunch of songs that night. I mean, as an engineer, you just kind of play your part. You know, I liked all the stuff that they were working on, so I honestly don't even remember really recording that song. I do experience like being in a session and people don't think that I know what I'm doing, or they won't know that I'm the engineer. Like, I could be sitting up at the desk and they'll ask where the engineer is. I mean, I don't get offended, but you know, I understand that it is male dominated. You can tell like when someone's not comfortable that it's the girl sitting there, you know, so they start asking like a bunch of questions, but I've had it happen a couple times. Being on Forbes 30 Under 30 was something I just didn't see coming, like at all. I was so surprised, and when the actual list came out and I just saw me up there with like other big artists and even some that I worked with, I was like, this is insane. Like, I think I thought about my mom the most, because like all the sacrifices, I'm about to cry. all the sacrifices she made was worth it. Like, not saying that I made it, but it's such a dope list to be a part of, because that means they think that you're going to do something big. And when you have a vision, a lot of times other people don't see it. So it doesn't mean that they're hating or they doubt you. But for something like that to happen, it shows the people that stuck along with you that I am doing something. And it's just so cool to have family and peers just be proud of me, because it's something that I was doing that I enjoyed, and a lot of people told me that I shouldn't, you know? I think if you're a girl wanting to, you know, be a producer or engineer, I feel like you just gotta stick it out. Being an engineer isn't glamorous. Like, I come to work looking so busted, like I'm tired, you know, and then it's not about how you look, and you know, you don't have time for friends. I miss birthdays, holidays. I've worked on a bunch of holidays. So, you know, no matter what you face, like, you know, you're gonna be broke. You're gonna probably miss out on some credits. You probably worked on big songs and they didn't give you credit, or people are gonna think you don't know what you're gonna do. But, you know, a lot of people ask me, like, how did you get started? Because they want an answer, they want a formula, and that's not what it's about. It's about just plugging at it no matter what comes your way. And as far as what I'm doing, like, outside of the studio to inspire girls, I want to start a YouTube. I know that may sound weird, but because a lot of people don't know what an engineer does. I'll get people that'll be like, oh, did you produce that song? Or I thought such and such produced this song. And it's like, well, I'm an engineer. But I do want to give, like, what I know, and I want it to be like a growth process. We learn stuff and we try stuff, and I show you what it's like with me being an engineer. And I want to inspire people and girls in that sense.